इंडियन कंपनी भी रहती है ना, अगर चलो मान लो लिस्टेड भी नहीं है कंपनी,
हम्म।
बट इंडिया में अगर रेपुटेशन अच्छी है कंपनी की,
हम्म।
ठीक, तो ऐसी बहुत सारी कंपनीज है जो लिस्टेड नहीं है, जो लिस्ट करना नहीं चाहते हैं बेसिकली। वो
ओके।
लोग नहीं चाहते कि पब्लिक का शेयर आए उसके अंदर। सो
अच्छा।
तो बेसिकली उन लोगों का मार्केट में वैल्यू अच्छी है, रेपुटेशन अच्छी है। दैट्स हाउ वी लुक एट इट।
अमेजिंग। सो आई थिंक अखिल जी 1 मिनट और वेट करते हैं। 12:30 हम लोग सेशन को स्टार्ट करते हैं। थिंक काफी लोगों ने तो बाय नेक्स्ट वेडनेसडे तक हमारा एसेट जो है आ जाएगा यहाँ पे। उससे
एसेट
पहले।
आएगा तो हम वीकडेज में ही वेबिनार करेंगे।
हाँ हाँ।
वीकडेज में ही आपको मैं लिंक शेयर करके रखूंगा, तो आप बना दीजिएगा लिंक, तो फिर हम ज्वाइन करके और प्रोडक्ट एक्सप्लेन करेंगे पूरा।
ठीक है, ऐसा कर लेंगे और इस बार केवाईसी वगैरह पहले से कंप्लीट करके रखते हैं क्लाइंट्स की,
ये
सो दैट कि जैसे ही हमारा एसेट है तो हमको लेट ना हो।
आपको क्लाइंट्स के नाम भेजता हूँ, एक आध दो क्लाइंट्स हैं जिन लोगों ने डैशबोर्ड आगे एक्सेस किया है।
अच्छा।
मैंने आपसे पूछा भी था एक नाम।
बट वो लिस्ट में मुझे मिला नहीं एक्चुअली। एक तो या तो हमारी लिस्ट बहुत लंबी है, बहुत ही
हाँ,
मैंने सर्च भी
आपके
किया था।
मैंने अपने डैशबोर्ड पे देखा तो EXP से ही था वो।
अच्छा, इसमें
बट
से-
मुझे इंडिविजुअल का नाम नहीं पता कि किसने एंटर किया उसका डिटेल।
अच्छा, मैं
उनसे
अब्बास से,
किया था।
एक बार अब्बास से बात करके देखिएगा। अब्बास आपकी हेल्प कर सकते हैं आई थिंक
हाँ,
इसमें।
ठीक है, मैं बात कर लूंगा बस। आप
अब्बास।
उनका नंबर मुझे शेयर करके रखिएगा बस।
आपको हाँ, मैं अभी अभी शेयर कर देता हूँ उसके बाद आपको। सो अखिल जी आई थिंक अब हमको स्टार्ट करना चाहिए सर।
यस यस। सो आई थिंक इस बार पार्टिसिपेंट्स काफी सारे नए भी हैं
हम्म।
इस सेशन में आज के।
जी, क्लाइंट्स भी हैं इसके मोस्टली।
अच्छा, क्लाइंट्स भी हैं।
हाँ, श्रीनिवासन रेड्डी, जेके रेड्डी, AK। अब अभी ज्वाइन करेंगे हल्के हल्के।
ठीक है ना।
ठीक है ना, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है।
तो क्या आप मुझे होस्ट
जस्ट
बना दीजिए।
हाँ ना, ना वो ओके, डन।
सो आई थिंक माय स्क्रीन इज विजिबल टू एवरीवन, राइट? So, once again, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Akhil Chaturvedi, and I'm an investment manager in Strata. So basically, I'm taking care of West region of Pune. But again, Strata does not differentiate between the locations. We have assets across India, all tier one cities: Chennai, Bangalore, Hyderabad, Hosur, then Mumbai, Pune, Jaipur. So first thing, हम start करते हैं Strata के introduction से in brief, that how do we, onboard the assets, how do we launch it, and how do we facilitate the investment process for investors. So basically, Strata is a tech-enabled platform where investor gets the opportunity to invest in pre-leased Grade A commercial assets where they can get superior returns. So we have set some parameters where parameter says that the ROI should not be less than 8%. Your tenant lock-in should not be less than 3 years. And again, the property should be grade A, tenant should be grade A. Before onboarding the asset, we also check the financial background of the tenant, of the and the profile of the tenant. If he's paying the rent on time to the previous landlord or the owner, right? So that's how we onboard the asset. We do the due diligence of the asset with top law firms and consultants in India. Currently, Strata has 50,000 plus users who are using Strata's dashboard. We are managing 950 plus crore asset across India. As I named the cities where we have assets, we are managing them. So basically, as I said, 950 plus crores assets. This is the cumulative asset under management. 3+ million square feet area we are managing across all cities. We have completed 21 assets till now. We have 4 type of assets where there are retail asset, manufacturing units, factories, then warehouses and office assets. Total rent disbursed till now since inception is 60 crore. to all the investors. So they are getting monthly returns, the rent, and the location, 6 locations I have already stated. Okay, so this is the bifurcation of the asset classes. So we have 35% industrial asset, 30% warehouse asset, 30% office asset, and 5% retail asset. Now you also can see the tenants in our portfolio. We have some marquee tenants. UBS, it's a Swiss bank. ProConnect, West Side is a retail asset. Wakefit Manufacturing Unit, Randox Pharmaceutical, Saint Gobain Glass. We have Puma headquarter in our portfolio. Capgemini is the tenant. Stellar, SM Auto, Henkel Adhesive. Microplastic is the one of the biggest plastic toy maker company. So it is the biggest exporter also. It exports to China, Japan, everywhere. Right. So we have Fairly AGS Health. So these are some market tenants with us in our portfolio. Basically for everyone, just to let you know that we have investors from everywhere across the globe. We have NRI investors from 11 countries. We have 2,500 plus clients right now who have invested more than 4,000 plus transactions. We have 40% women investor in our portfolio who have invested with us. And as I said, the commercial real estate, CRE, basically CRE stands for commercial real estate. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry, and that continues to grow each other, right? So continuously we are seeing the economy of India. It's currently $3 trillion, and if I include the NRI fund, it's approximately $5 trillion, where people invest basically. So people invest in residential, commercial asset, stock, mutual fund, insurance, then again gold, jewelry, everywhere. Commercial estate is something which we can see as a growth asset. So what are the other factors? So what kind of assets in commercial estate? So there are offices, warehouse, retail, industrial, data centers. These all come under commercial estate. Okay, so you can see here that the residential, gold, stock, commercial estate, there is a bifurcation and the comparison of the returns. You can see residential does not give you more than 2.5% return. Again, there is a gold. Gold completely depends on market volatility. That also gives you a very less returns. Commercial estate is something which gives you a higher returns. Again, stock and mutual fund, if I talk about, you do not invest that much amount into stock and mutual funds, right? Also, that completely depends on the market volatility. If market goes down, your stocks goes down, right? So commercial estate is something, it gives you a passive income. It's a passive income source. Also, it creates a wealth for you through value appreciation. Then it's a non-volatile asset. So commercial estate is stable class, isolated from sudden shocks, right? So your income keep getting increased in a commercial estate or the value of the asset. Why commercial estate is not mainstream? The thing is, people do not invest in commercial estate because they don't know about the commercial market. That's how it works. How do they invest and how can they invest? What kind of property they should invest in? So it requires high capital requirement, high capital, right? So if you do want to, invest in grade A asset, you have to have at least 10-15 crores to invest in grade A asset with grade A tenants. And for example, just suppose Facebook is a company, Facebook is a tenant in some building, right? You want to buy that floor, you have to have 10-15 crores, 20 crores, 30, 25 crores to buy that complete floor, because Facebook is a grade A tenant. That building also would be a grade A. That's why Facebook is there, right? Again, the second problem is tenant and asset management. That is any which way is a hurdle for any investor to manage the tenant as well as the property, right? Concentrated exposure. So if you buy a property from the market or from the builder or the developer, you get the concentrated exposure of that property because developer books a margin for himself, right? Developer books a profit for themselves. They do not sell that property at market value or below the market value, right? Also, if you want to, liquidate your property after a certain period of time, so you don't know the exact valuation of your property. What price should you sell that property of, right? So for all these things, you need an expert, and definitely you are at right hand. Strata is that expert. Strata is an asset management company which manages the asset as well as the investors and the tenant. how this tech-enabled platform, investment platform works. So basically, minimum investment is 25 lakhs, and it's a complete data-driven investment process. So you will be provided all kind of documents, legal, consulting papers, everything you will be provided before the launch of the asset. We have complete transparency and performance tracking and the documentation part. Then if you want to sell your property, so ease of liquidity through multiple avenues. Strata has its own resale platforms. You can always list your property over there and you can sell it off, right? So you don't have to go out in the market and find a buyer for yourself. Strata does that for you. End-to-end management. So basically, whatever an investor does for himself, for if he buys a property, Strata does that for him, right? So Strata manages each and everything on behalf of all the investors, from your entry point to exit point. This is the ownership structure you can see. So this is the asset. And every time, whenever there is an asset launch, we form a SPV, special purpose vehicle. It's an asset holding company. No profit, no loss, no earning company, right? And the securities of SPV, that private limited company, will be issued to all the investors who are investing in the asset. Just for an example, I'll give you a brief that you people have, suppose, 4 partners. You want to buy a land of 1 acre. That land value is 20 crores. And you all have 5 crores each in your pocket. But in agreement or the registration document, you can't have all the names, right? So you will form an LLP or the private limited company to purchase that particular land. And the land's ownership will be of that particular company. And you will be the shareholder of that LLP or the private limited company. You'll get a share certificate. That's how the ownership will be defined on the paper, right? So again, securities of that SPV will be issued to you. Escrow agent and trustee manages all fund flow. So we have Vistra and Universal Trusteeship Service as a trustee. So they manage the entire fund flow. We have escrow partner, ICICI Bank. So entire fund flow is we are keeping through the escrow partner, ICICI Bank, right? Strata cannot interfere in your fund flow and the management. Strata only can manage the SPV asset and the tenant, right? So your money is safe. How do we choose our property? As I said, we do the property screening. We see the location. We also check if there is a potential infra development in that particular area, so that we can also gauge the capital appreciation in terms of year on year, what will be the capital appreciation that we can see through the development, right? We do the asset diligence. If property has not any tenant, we do the tenant research. Basically 95% of the properties had the tenant, right? We do not have to go out and find a tenant for that property. So we buy a pre-leased property only. We also do the in-depth financial analysis. We negotiate from the developer or the builder so that you can get minimum 8% return, which is not possible in today's time. If you buy a property in the market, you'll end up getting 4-5% return on any commercial property. Also, you'll not get any grade A tenant in that money. All assets are approved and vetted by IC committee. So we have investor committee, okay, investment committee, where our backers are there, our partners are there. So they approve the asset, then only we can launch that asset in a platform. What does startup platform do? So basically, as I said, the minimum return is 8%. We also target the rental yields of 8 to 10%, and the targeted IRR, which is your yield plus capital appreciation. Capital appreciation minimum should be at least 5 to 6%. So we target that IRR at 12 to 15% for over 5 years. Transparency, as I already told you about, asset management service will be done by Strata. And again, we also provide you an application, so where you can track your investment, you can track your rentals, property documents, TDS certificate, everywhere. You can track that, right? You'll have access 24/7 of that application. What are the liquidation options? So first thing comes in anyone's mind is that liquidation. How can I liquidate my asset whenever there is an emergency for me, right? If I need funds, how can I liquidate my asset? So first thing, I would rather suggest any investor, if you are investing in any kind of real estate, not with a startup, but any kind of real estate, you should be there for at least 5 to 7 years or 3 to 5 years minimum, so that you can, save your taxes, which are, short-term capital gain tax. If you sell your property within 24 months, that the property is liable to, you are liable to pay that short-term capital gain tax with no indexation benefit. So I would rather suggest to be there for 3 to 5 years at least, and maximum 5 to 7 years, right, to get the sizable returns. You can also do the private transactions to your family, friends, relatives, anyone. As I said, we have a resale platform where we can list your particular asset, and you can sell it off. You get the money within 20 to 30 days, not more than that. End-to-end asset management. So what we have: asset acquisition team, asset management team, and investment team, right? So asset acquisition team, what do they do? Basically, pre-purchase due diligence they do, asset purchase they do, asset registration, that is the that is done by asset acquisition team. And we have asset management team, which does the lease negotiation, tenancy management, asset upkeep. Every 6 months you get the valuation report of the property. We have JLL as a valuation partner, so every 6 months you get to know about the property value, that how much it has increased over the period of time. Asset sale negotiation: after certain period of time, there is a sale made by investors. Again, every year there is an AGM. The board resolution will be passed through voting uh, by the investors. So there will be AGM. So we propose a sale after certain period of time. If we see that there is no capital appreciation for the market, you have made a sizable return, you have made a good money on that property, so we will propose a sale. Sir, I think this is the right time to exit. If investor says yes, this is the right time because there is no capital appreciation further on the property, so we will go out in the market and find a buyer for that particular asset. I'm the investment manager for all the investors, dedicated investment manager. So we have an investment team based in Pune, Mumbai, and Bangalore. I based out in Pune. So you will have your online dashboard. You'll get the market updates and reports. Rental dispersal you can track through your dashboard and application. Resale and purchase facilitation. There is a tax center, so you can always raise and query if you have any to a team. In what okay, so investor dashboard में क्या-क्या चीजें आएंगी? So you can always view your asset details, the property you have invested in. You can check your TDS certificates, rental payouts, SPV cash flows, that private limited company cash flows, valuation report you can always review, then property tax receipt and insurance documents. All the documents are uploaded in the dashboard once the transaction is done. Okay, so what are the key terms to invest in with Strata? 25 lakh is the minimum investment amount, 5 to 7 years recommended investment time frame, 8 to 10% average rental yield. That completely depends on the negotiation and asset to asset. That varies. 12 to 15% is the average expected IRR, yield plus capital appreciation. These are the people from the leadership board. We have Sudarshan Lodha, who is the CEO and the co-founder. Priyanka Rathore is the co-founder. Nihar Shah is ex-Pyramid Capital. He's heading the investments. These all people are from the other departments: marketing, chief of staff, finance, and legal and tech. These are backers. So basically, Elevation Capital is one of the most prolific venture capital in India. They have invested in 11 unicorns. They have investors such as Swiggy, Meesho, BookMyShow, NSE. And then we have Mayfield as a backer. We have Kotak Investment Advisors, who have 15% stake in Strata. And we have PropTech Fund, Gruhas, founded by Mr. Nikhil Kamath and Abhijit Pai. So these are our backers, basically. These are our partners, as I said: custodian, trustee, Universal, Brastra. We have bankers and escrow partner as SDFC and ICICI Bank. payment solution, we use Razorpay, and for market data and intelligence, we use PropStacks, where we get the data of the market. We have 3 offices in India. First headquarters is in Bangalore. We have branch office in Mumbai and Pune. So, okay, so any questions till now, sir? Please feel free to ask.
Anyone? आई थिंक यहाँ पे काफी कुछ नए लोगों ने भी हमको ज्वाइन किया. एनी वन ऑफ यू इज हैविंग एनी डाउट्स, इफ एनी क्वेरी यू कैन आस्क. मिस्टर अखिल इज देयर. नो सर. ओके. सो आई थिंक सबको क्लियर है स्टार्टा किस तरीके से वर्क करता है, क्या इनके एसेट मैनेजमेंट है. अमेजिंग. अखिल जी आप पूछ लीजिए फिर, आप कुछ अगर आप पूछना चाहते हैं लोगों से, अदरवाइज मुझे लगता है सबको सारी चीजें क्लियर है आज.
Yes. So just wanted to know how many clients are there in the session who are a prospective buyer. You know, it is difficult to differentiate, right?
आई थिंक मिस्टर श्रीनिवासन रेड्डी इज अ क्लाइंट.
Yes.
एंड
Uh,
मिस्टर साहिल
okay.
जैन.
So, Reddy sir, I just want to show you the, customer dashboard and how does it look. You can see, and even how you can track your investment through application or the dashboard.
ओके.
सर गुड इवनिंग. ये अभी किस प्रॉपर्टी के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं? अभी जो एटलस के लिए आएगी अभी उसके लिए बात.
सर एटलस टेनेंट है उसमें, बट दिस प्रॉपर्टी इज इन पुणे, और ये प्रॉपर्टी में 5 टेनेंट है. ठीक है, टेनेंट अभी डिसाइडेड नहीं है कौन सा हम पहले लॉन्च करने वाले हैं. वी हैव मैटर मोटर वर्क्स, वी हैव जी स्केलर, वी हैव अगेन एटलस. तो ऐसे करके ना 4 से 5 टेनेंट है हमारे पास में. स्टीव ग्राफ करके एक कंपनी है, देन रीगल, NYSE लिस्टेड कंपनी. सो 4 to 5 टेनेंट्स आर देयर. अब उनमें से कौन सा पहले लॉन्च होगा, दैट वी विल कंफर्म डे प्रायर टू द लॉन्च.
ठीक है सर.
Srinivas Reddy, sir, is an agent from Hyderabad. By the way, there is a good news for any fractional company or fractional, platform. That SEBI is going to regulate this platform. अभी तो proposal उन्होंने दिया है. That is the best thing is going to happen.
ओके. हाँ, लास्ट वीक आपने बताया था.
Yes, yes, yes.
सो व्हेन इट इज गोइंग टू बी रजिस्टर्ड?
सर 6-8 महीने लगेंगे इस चीज को, क्योंकि अभी तो प्रपोजल दिया है, काफी सारे लोग हैं जो डिस्कशन में है इसके. होगा वो तो 100% ही होना है, बट थोड़ा सा टाइम लगेगा.
ओके ओके ओके.
तो फिर ये माइक्रो रीट के अंडर आएगा. आपका जो इंटरेस्ट इनकम है वो भी आपके रेंट के फॉर्म में आने लगेगा. रिटर्न्स में थोड़ा सा ऊपर नीचे होगा. रिटर्न्स हो सकता है कि बढ़े भी जाए, कम भी हो सकता है, बट द बेस्ट थिंग अबाउट दैट इज कि आपके ये फिर रेंटल इनकम कंसीडर होगी, इंटरेस्ट इनकम नहीं होगी.
ओके. अभी इंटरेस्ट में आता है हमारे पास, इतना भी आता है.
सो अभी जैसे यहाँ पे SPV की सिक्योरिटीज हम लोग इशू करते हैं ना, रीट माइक्रो रीट के अंदर आने के बाद में फिर यूनिट इशू होंगे.
अच्छा.
सो हर एक SPV के अंदर ना स्कीम्स होती है. सो स्कीम के अंदर यूनिट्स होती है, तो जो भी इन्वेस्टर्स होते हैं उनको यूनिट इशू होता है.
अच्छा.
सपोज 50,000 स्क्वायर फीट का फ्लोर है,
हाँ.
और वो सेल करना है, तो हम यूनिट वाइज सेल करेंगे उसको. मार्केट में हमें पता है कि वो सैंक्शन नहीं है यूनिट वाइज, बट यूनिट होती है स्कीम की, SPV की यूनिट होती है, तो यूनिट वाइज शेयर होता है.
अच्छा. ओके ओके ओके. जितना स्क्वायर फीट आ जाएगा उनको पता चल जाएगा, उसके हिसाब से उनको फिर रेंटल इनकम आनी स्टार्ट हो जाएगी.
राइट राइट राइट.
अमेजिंग अमेजिंग अमेजिंग. सो ठीक है. अखिल जी, वेडनेसडे तक आई थिंक हमारा एसेट लॉन्च होगा, तो हम लोग वीकडेज में एक वेबिनार प्लान कर लेंगे, और
डेफिनेटली डेफिनेटली।
फिर जितने भी हमारे बायर्स हैं सबको वहाँ पे हम कलेक्ट करके एक ही वेबिनार हम लोग प्लान करेंगे। उसमें हम कब केवाईसी वगैरह का, इज इट सिमिलर टू रीट्स? नो, रीट्स इज इट, अखिल जी बताइए ना, इट इज सिमिलर टू रीट्स?
REITs is a public listed instrument. This is micro REIT. This is not REIT. REIT तो अभी 3 ही कंपनियां हैं इंडिया में REITs के लिए, ठीक है। ब्रुकफील्ड है आपकी, देन उसके बाद में माइंड स्पेस है, के रहेजा जिसको बोलते हैं, ठीक है, देन एम्बेसी है। 3 ही कंपनियां हैं, बट REITs इतना ज्यादा चला नहीं है। उसका रीजन ये है कि REITs का जो इन्वेस्टमेंट होता है आपको बहुत कम अमाउंट से स्टार्ट हो जाता है, आप उसमें 1.5 लाख भी डाल सकते हो। माइक्रो REIT में मिनिमम इन्वेस्टमेंट 10 लाख का रहेगा, ठीक है, जब आएगा। एंड उसमें हम लोग ये नहीं डाल सकते, बाउंडेशन नहीं कर सकते हैं कि आप 10 लाख से कम ज्यादा इन्वेस्ट नहीं कर सकते, कम इन्वेस्ट नहीं कर सकते। इन्वेस्टर कैन इन्वेस्ट स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम 10 लाख। तो जब आएगा तो उसके काफी सारे रेगुलेशंस अपने को पता चल ही जाएंगे। फिलहाल तो उनका सर्कुलर आया है, दैट आई विल शेयर विद यू। आप एक बार देखिएगा, स्टडी करिएगा उसको।
पहले तो एक हमारी स्लाइड भी हुआ करती थी ना, जैसे पहले वाले एएमए में, रीट्स, व्हाई रीट्स इज डिफरेंट फ्रॉम कमर्शियल फ्रैक्शनल इन्वेस्टमेंट्स।
हाँ, बट अभी अभी वो शो करने का मतलब नहीं है ना, बिकॉज अभी माइक्रो रीट आ गया। तो माइक्रो रीट और रीट में क्या डिफरेंस है, वो स्लाइड अभी बनेगी। सर्कुलर जैसे ही आता है उसके बाद वो अपन बनाएंगे उसका।
ओके ओके ओके, ठीक है। सो थैंक यू सो मच अखिल जी, सेशन को आज इतना ही रखते हैं, और किसी
यस,
कुछ क्वेरीज होती हैं तो प्लीज़ फ्री फील टू कॉन्टैक्ट मी। उसके बाद फिर हम अखिल जी से भी हम लोग कनेक्ट करते हैं। तो आज इतना ही रखते हैं सर।
डन। यस, हैव अ गुड डे एवरीवन।
थैंक यू सर।